another video. Today, we're going to be installing the Pro-fil single point battery watering system on our coach. This is specifically for lead acid flooded batteries. We have 4 6-volt batteries here, and this particular kit that we got from Pro-fil is available on Amazon. We'll have a link below. You get the kit to have the valves on each one, plus a hand pump. And we'll have the amount that we spend on this system down below, as well as our associate link. You can buy your own kit from Amazon. Of course, you can go to the Pro-fil site. We'll have links for that to be able to pick out your specific battery kit from Pro-fil. Now, the first thing we need to do today is need to check the electrolyte level in the batteries. We're just going to take one of the caps off. It seems these are pretty much the same age batteries. You can look down there, and we want to just check to make sure there's enough fluid above the charging plates, and there is. We can't really see that on this video, but we can see it right there. So what I've already done here is I've cleaned up the batteries, so there was some road debris on here and some gunk. And right now, if you notice, there's several batteries here. The terminals and the tables don't exactly line it up. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to loosen some of these tables carefully, and then I'm going to make the installation. Very careful, because I don't want to disrupt the power here in the coach. I just want to move the tables. So, there we go. So I'm not turning the power off at this point because I don't think I need to. I just don't want to make metal to metal contact, so that we have a problem now. That should be good. I'm just going to check the tightness there. Okay, so that's one out of the way. This one's pretty much good, although I'm probably just to adjust that a little bit and then tighten down. And the idea is we want a straight run here. We don't want to have any interruptions here. This one's going to be a little trickier, but just have to loosen it a little tiny bit, enough to move the tables out of harm's way. And if we can get the, we probably need to do this, I need to tighten. It's not exactly working, but anyway, now we have 2 out of 3. Now the next tricky one, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this exactly. That's the next trickiest one.
Why is that tricky?
Because it's very close to this point here, and I'm not trying to so I avoid touching this part here. So I want to just loosen this a little bit, and I want to take these batteries. All right, I think that'll work.
Will that rub against the bolt as we're driving? And goes anywhere? Where?
Well, I'm going to try to do is I'm listening to see if I can move it a little further away.
Okay.
So it doesn't do that. And I don't think it will. And now we're repositioned. It's in a good spot. It's rubbing on it's here, but I don't think it's going to be a major issue. But we'll keep an eye on it, I guess. I might do is I might put the system in place and then swing it back, so we don't have a problem like that. As you can see, the batteries and terminals are now lined up so we can install the Pro-fil watering system. And this is what it looks like right here. This is an example of one that goes in our manifold. Okay, it's designed to snap right in, and it has a 3-point terminal. Basically, we'll be putting these in the batteries first, and then installing the tubing. So we're going to start with the end battery right here. And we're going to carefully get the taps up. Some of them are a little more resistant than others. Okay, and we're going to put these in here. And they basically snap down like this, and you need a 1/4 turn to secure them in place. and that locks them in. Okay, so now that's ready. Now we're going to work on taking this caps away. And we're going to remove these right here in the same manner. So we're going to get them out of the way. And then we're going to put the manifold right into place. Right here. Now it's very important to mention that you make sure your batteries are fully charged before you do this. It's not good to add water to an undercharged battery. It can cause foaming, it can cause acid fluid to splash on you. Definitely not good. Now, my idea is to just install these all in line, and then I'm going to set the tubing here. So just make sure this is here, and we're good. We're nice and secure. Just one more set to install. Set them down here. There, quarter turn. Hold it down. Ouch, pinch my finger. Little comic relief there. Alright, so that's there. Now, before I put the tubing, I'm going to loosen this table again and then put it back to where it was, so we don't have any problem with the table. So let's make sure I'm the right way here. Move this back to where it was. Just so we don't have any contact issues with the tables or anything else like that. Now here is the tubing that comes with the kit, as well as some red plugs that cap off the nipples here that we're not going to be using. So we're going to be basically starting with this battery, running a line through here, here, over to here, and then finally the last battery. So right now, we just have to decide where our this is going to be our fill point here. So I already know what points I'm not going to use. So I'm going to cap off those points that I know I'm not going to use. So I'm going to put this on here, make sure it's full contact right there. And here I'm going to plug this off. Okay. Make sure we're good there. And I'm going to put the plug down here. And just two more plugs required for here. One for here, and another one for the last nipple right here. And always make sure these things are seated as far in as they can go. So we're just checking on that. And now we're ready to cut some tubing. Just a basic little snipper right here for cutting. I want to put this on here. I want to make full contact with what we're doing, and then we're going to run that down to here. So we want to make sure we cut that as close as possible. We probably have a little slack. So then we go ahead and we put that in there like that. So that's the first junction here. Probably a good idea to give yourself a little bit of slack. This rubber can and often will shrink a bit, so we'll go a little bit longer in this one. And we're going to connect that. Okay, that one's done. Let's move on to the next battery, the last one here. Alright, so got that there. And then we'll run it down to here. Give ourselves a little more. And voila. There we go. So we're all connected here. These manifolds are now ready for filling. Now, here is our little connection here. I'm probably going to trim this, but this is going to go on the last terminal here. Right there. So, this end here would have connected to the Pro-fil pump, now that we've installed the Pro-fil system on the batteries, now we're going to open up our pump here so that we can do our first filling of the batteries. Here is here's the pump. Very simple. This end here goes on the end. What's up? Right side. This part here, pushing the L part, snap it in place. Now we're going to do this golden. Now we're going to put this end into our distilled water, and now we're going to pump. So we're going to keep pumping. You see the water fluid going into the batteries. And basically this will keep going until we can no longer fill the batteries. And right now we're full, so batteries weren't that low, but it's good to know because that way we know we have enough fluid in our batteries. So
How does it know to go to all 4 of the batteries?
well, it flows in through here, then through the manifolds, and then into each individual chamber. So when this all reaches full pressure, we know that the batteries are full. So now we just have to distant this, tap it up, and then basically coil up the wire for next time. And we're going to, now we're just going to drain. And that way we're ready for the next time. And we can even store this, provided all the water is out of it, back in the box it came, and that way it stays nice and neat and dust free. And we thank you very much for coming along with us on this little installation video. And we get real here, and we're not professionals at this, but we're both very knowledgeable in our RV travels and our experiences. We just thought we'd pass this little experience on to you. So remember to open the doors to adventure and start all your journeys with
The RV Keys.